2025 has been a very successful year for cattle producers across the nation, from the cow-calf to seed stock to all parts of the beef business. And here in Kansas City, during Angus Convention 2025, we caught up with the movers and shakers in the Angus breed. And joining us here today is Mr. Darrell Stevenson. Darrell, you were just voted by the members and the delegates of the association as the Vice President of the American Angus Association. You hail from White Sulphur Springs, Montana. What's it been like reflecting on what we saw in 2025, especially for your commercial cow-calf customers?
Yeah, first of all, Lane, thanks for the opportunity to speak with you here today. We just wrapped up. It's been actually a huge week. So this is the year end for fiscal year 25. And so there's a lot of wrap up to touch on those points. First of all, I serve the year as treasurer, and financially we're good in all positions, the main association as well as the four entities. Glad to report that we're in a good position there. Just some amazing things, and we're all well of the cattle market and where these feeder calves, what their value is, but everything Angus has just really continued to explode. As I go through one entity at a time, Certified Angus Beef, for instance, I'll start off with our crown jewel. Everybody's aware of Certified Angus Beef. We surpassed 1 billion pounds of sales this year for the 10th consecutive year in a row. I could go on for a long time about the trials and tribulations of that, but the overall demand for that high-end upper two-thirds choice or prime product is just amazing. And the simple fact is we can't produce enough prime beef out here today. AGI, the genomics division of Angus, our genomic samples have just continued to increase annually. 75% of all the cattle registered this year are now being sampled. That just strengthens the entire database. You go to Angus Media, to me it's mind-blowing. This is your arena, but they shared this week that they had over 113 million touch points between all the data resources with the media for education, communication, and marketing as well. So just so proud and so pleased where we actually sit as an association, and looking forward with all the opportunities we've got to deal with it.
And Darrell, as we wrap up this year's convention, there was a lot of talk about this year's event,
Oh, absolutely.
especially around who will serve as leadership, who stepped up to run. I think it's always great when folks step up and put their name out there to run. But obviously, I'm referencing the conversations around methane research within cattle that caused quite a discord online, and folks were upset, maybe asking questions. And over the last few months, I know Angus, the association, has had a lot of conversations, and I know you've had a lot of conversations around that, but that truly was a spotlight on this year's event. You want to talk about that, but also just how the members of the association came together to look towards the future too.
Yeah, no question on that. It was certainly a driver for interest going into this annual meeting, actually. And I actually engaged that. I was excited because this is the way democracy is supposed to work. I mean, it's a public dialogue, and not only the delegates across the country, but there was independent members that showed up to come voice their opinion, and it was strong and it was healthy. There was a lot of dialogue on both sides of the aisle, and to me, what I think was critically important was the total transparency of showing the background and the intent along all of the research that's involved, spoke directly to the funding and how that's being financed, and there's a much clearer understanding to the membership today. So I got a very good feel about the comfort level on that. Every day seems to be a new day about sharing that information. I know there's things that we can improve on moving forward, but I'm very actually proud to be a part of that.
But I think diversity of opinions is good for any organization too, and I think that was on display here this week. Would you agree with that?
We really put an effort into being as open and transparent as possible, and to be honest with you, you just touched on, I think, the true strength and the excellence behind the breed is our diversity in membership, diversity in the genetics, and we've got somebody from every. We've got maternal genetics, we've got terminal genetics, we've got phenotype genetics, and that cross section of people is actually what has strengthened our brand truly. So to bring them together and have everybody realize that we truly have one end goal in sight, is actually been pleasing to conclude this week.
And looking ahead, serving as vice president now, what does it mean to you and your family and the Angus breed that your family's been a part of for so long to continue to give back to not just Montana, but also on the national level and listen to the concerns and opportunities from the membership?
Well, first of all, it's truly an honor and a privilege to be elected to this position. Myself personally, I'm just unbelievably excited about the opportunities that we have moving forward and just being able to contribute in a small way to that. Yes, you are correct. This is what my family for 3 generations has made 100% of our living from this breed of cattle, and we're all going to do everything we can to improve it for the next generation.
Well, again, Darrell, thanks for joining us here today. And for all of our friends that have been joining us on our conversations from this year's event in Kansas City, shout out to IMI Global and Where Food Comes From, along with Angus Link, for helping bring you these conversations from not the countryside today, but downtown Kansas City. Again, for more of all of our coverage from all of our events here this year, make sure to visit all of our Western Ag Network social media channels as well. Well, that will do it from all of our conversations and coverage in Kansas City. I'm Nordlund. Have a great day, everyone.